This is OneWrestling.com, 24/7 wrestling news.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Big Ray's Wrestling Show. I am the Mark of the Masses, the man with a plan. Big Ray here to stay to talk some TNA Today Impact 4/18/2013. Guys, really, let me kick this off really quickly by telling you that I did tweet that I had a special guest on. The interview went great. There was absolutely no freaking sound. So unfortunately, I couldn't post the video, and I'm going to actually have that person back on this week if everything works out correctly. So it should be a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys will enjoy that interview with this very popular wrestling personality. But anyway, we move on. So backstage we have Devon, and Devon is addressing a very cocky, I was going to call him Eric Bischoff, but a very cocky Bischoff Jr. and freaking Briscoe. And Devon basically warns Garrett and Wes. He warns them not to be cocky with Kurt Angle tonight. I know it's 2-on-1. I know you guys have the advantage, but Kurt Angle is a different type of animal. He's a beast. Devon wants the job to get done. Well, we jump into the match between Garrett Bischoff, Wes Briscoe, and Kurt Angle, and it was a barn burner, ladies and gentlemen. There was a lot of beat 'em up action in this fight. Again, TNA Wrestling, very fast-paced matches, decent match, not super spectacular. Again, I'm not a big fan of Garrett Bischoff in the ring, but again, that's my opinion. You know, we always talk about giving our own personal opinions here at OneWrestling.com. You can follow us here at OneWrestling.com, YouTube/OneWrestlingVideo. Follow me at Big Ray's Show. So basically, towards the end of the match, Kurt Angle went nuts. Kurt Angle started German suplexing everything in sight. He was German suplexing Wes. He was German suplexing Bischoff. I mean, at one point, Kurt Angle actually he grabs Garrett Bischoff in a German suplex. Garrett Bischoff grabs Wes to try to, stabilize them so that he couldn't go over. But Kurt Angle was able to bring both guys over. So it was a double German suplex. Well, during the just after that, the Aces and Eights come down the ring, and this was going to be something that they did a lot tonight, and we'll get into that a little later on. But the Aces and Eights surround the ring. Kurt Angle actually has the ankle lock on, if I'm correct, on Wes. Yes, he has the ankle lock on Wes. Now, while the referee's being distracted, while the Aces and Eights are all over the ring, while all hell's basically breaking loose, D'Lo Brown, the vice president, actually tosses a chain into Garrett Bischoff. Garrett Bischoff wraps that around his hand, boom, knocks out Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle gets pinned 1, 2, 3. After the match, Garrett and Wes hit Kurt Angle with a double power bomb, kind of like what the Shield is doing in the WWE. And Mr. Anderson gets on the mic, and Mr. Anderson basically puts over the Aces and Eights, and he also says that AJ Styles, the Aces and Eights, will be rooting for AJ Styles later tonight. We jump into an X Division title match, and I gotta be honest with you, I'm a big fan of the X Division, but it wasn't a great match. It was at some points of the match, it actually I lost a little interest, and that's really a surprise. But you can't expect perfection every single week from the X Division. But anyway, we had Zema Ion versus Petey Williams versus Kenny King, the X Division champion, and they unveiled the ref cam. Let me explain something to you guys. This is how I feel. Now, this is where you guys come in. I want you guys to leave a comment here below. I want you to let me know what you think about this opinion. I don't think they needed a ref cam. I understand. I know they're trying to think out of the box. I know it's cool angles and everything like that, but it's a novelty. I don't think they need it. I think, number one, the referee, in my opinion, looked totally embarrassed wearing that stupid looking thing on his head. But yeah, I don't think they need it. I mean, let the wrestling talk for itself. That is what that's what makes TNA wrestling. That's what makes Impact Wrestling. Let the wrestling talk for itself. X Division matches will sell themselves. You don't need a gimmick, as they call it in the business. You don't need a gimmick camera on a referee's head. Again, my opinion. But anyway, towards the end of the match, we have Petey Williams. Zema Ion's out of the picture. Petey Williams actually, Zema Ion is actually in the sharpshooter. Petey Williams using the old famous sharpshooter, and they call it the Scorpion Deathlock, and which it was originally, the Scorpion Deathlock. And Kenny King, out of nowhere, hits a flying knee to the head of Petey Williams. Now, I guess Zema Ion was worn down from the Scorpion Deathlock. Kenny King is able to pin Zema Ion for the 1-2-3. So, again, not one of my favorite matches. Again, that was my opinion on the ref cam. I would like to know what you guys think. We move on to the television title match between Devon and Magnus. Now, Magnus, you know, he walks down the ramp and he's all amped up. They had done a quick video promo, and he says he's basically going to take what's his. He's been waiting for a couple of months now. But before he's actually able to get to the ring, Luke Gallows, DOC and Mike Knox attack him, basically decimate him on the ramp. Samoa Joe comes out and makes a save. Backstage, Samoa Joe says that the Aces and Eights are cowards, they're punks, they're chumps, they're not champs. And he challenges the Aces and Eights television champion to a match later tonight, and he does get that. Now, in my surprise, which was to me one of the more fun matches, and actually a well done match, we have Miss Tessmacher versus Mickie James for the #1 contendership for the Knockouts title. ODB again is the referee. Now, ODB, look, I don't think she's going to be the referee for very, very long. I honestly see either Mickie James or ODB turning heel soon. I think I actually see Mickie James turning heel. I saw Mickie James in the ring today. She was a little more aggressive. She did a little more taunting. So again, this is my opinion. I think Mickie James will be turning heel, and I think she's going to have a problem with ODB. I want to see ODB holding that Knockouts Championship to solidify, or Mickie James, one of the two. They're fantastic. But the match was actually really, really good. I really enjoyed it. Towards the end of the match, Miss Tessmacher was trying to roll up Mickie James, but Mickie James was able to reverse the roll up, gets the 1-2-3. So Mickie James is the #1 contender for the TNA Knockouts World Heavyweight, well, not World Heavyweight, I don't want to call a girl a heavyweight, but the World TNA Knockouts Championship. We move on. Backstage, we have Joseph Park. Joseph Park, I guess, is in the bathroom at this point. Well, he was in the bathroom at this point in juncture, and Devon and Bully approach him in the backstage, and they told him before, do not get involved with family business. Devon putting a chain around Joseph Park's neck, choking him out, and then they toss him literally into the showers, turning the showers on. Joseph Park gets a nice cold shower to cool him down. Joseph Park is finding himself in a really tough position, ladies and gentlemen, because I know he wants to do what's right, but if they push Joseph Park a little too far, will we see Abyss? I think it may be coming sooner or later. Ladies and gentlemen, we move on. We have Bad Influence, the best tag team in professional wrestling today, and the most entertaining. Besides Team Hell No, they're very entertaining too. And they basically come into the ring. They put themselves over. They put their merchandise over. They had these new T-shirts, and then they said, which actually made me crack up. They said that they'll be filming a movie, and Dixie Carter will be played by Morgan Freeman. So that was actually pretty damn funny. Kaz calls out Chavo and Guerrero, but Rude and Aries actually come into the ring. They interrupt and they explain that they're the #1 contenders, basically. And there's a little bit of problem. They both these teams have a little issue going on. Well, Hernandez and Chavo sneak in from behind with the tag team titles. They attack Rude and Aries while Bad Influence kind of sneaks away. So it's going to be interesting. I actually see this. I think it's going to be a tag team 3-way match eventually at the next pay-per-view. I think it'll be really good. Those three teams are top-notch. I think these three tag teams are actually better than anything the WWE actually has to offer right now. Again, my opinion. I would like to know what you guys think. We move on. So we have the television championship match part 2, Samoa Joe versus Devon, and this again was a pretty decent match. Nothing special. We have the Aces and Eights, and they swarmed the ring again. Samoa Joe was basically he was in command at this point in juncture. Aces and Eights, they swarmed the ring. The referee again is distracted. Mr. Anderson comes into the ring and knocks out Samoa Joe with the brass knuckles. Devon getting the pin. Samoa Joe let me just explain. Samoa Joe had Devon up in the Muscle Buster when Ken Anderson came into the ring and knocked him out with the brass knuckles. Then basically the Aces and Eights hold down Samoa Joe. Mr. Anderson take those brass knuckles and he actually ends up punching down on the nose of Samoa Joe. So Samoa Joe looks to be out of commission, and Mr. Anderson basically breaks down the fact that, you know, they're taking everybody out. Samoa Joe is taken out. Anyway, we move on to the main event of the evening, and this is a match I've been looking forward to all freaking week. We have AJ Styles versus Cowboy James Storm. I thought it would be a better match. Very good match, but I thought it'd be a lot better, a lot more intensity, and it was recent, you know. Anyway, well, towards the end of the match, we have Cowboy James Storm hits the closing time, and he actually misses the super kick. Now, when he misses the super kick, AJ Styles is able to grab the leg and put him in like a reverse STF, a leg lock, and Cowboy James Storm actually freaking he taps out. So Bad Influence comes into the ring and they start celebrating with AJ Styles, and while they're celebrating with AJ Styles, while they're celebrating with AJ Styles, AJ attacks them. He turns their back. Well, he never actually had their back, but he turns around and attacks Bad Influence. Now, while all this is going on, Cowboy James Storm is down. Bad Influence is down. The Aces and Eights again come to the ring and they start decimating whoever's in the ring. But they don't touch AJ Styles. So AJ Styles is kind of walking up the ramp watching. Doesn't want to have anything to do with what's going on inside the ring. So they basically destroy the Aces and Eights, destroy everyone who's in the ring. Bully Ray gets in on the mic and he goes, as he always does every week, "Do you know who I am? Do you know who we are? We're the Aces and Eights." And he basically uses the words of Taz, and he says the TNA roster is just another victim, and he puts blame, total blame, on Hulk Hogan. Ladies and gentlemen, Bully Ray says next week he will confront Hulk Hogan about this whole situation. Will it break down? Will we find out why the Aces and Eights have so much bitterness towards Hulk Hogan? I mean, they give us drips and drabs here and there, but I think it's going to be really interesting to find out the dynamic between Bully Ray and Hulk Hogan. Now, I said this a couple of weeks ago, and I still believe that Hulk Hogan had these surgeries. Hulk Hogan may be in ring condition very soon. Will Hulk Hogan be the TNA World Heavyweight Champion? I think it's a distinct possibility, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, you can follow us here every single week at OneWrestling.com. Follow us on Twitter at OneWrestling. Follow me on Twitter at Big Ray's Show. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, and also here at YouTube /OneWrestling Video. I say this every single week. I would do this for a living. But if I can, I would do it anyway. Why? Because I love talking wrestling. Guys, thank you for your kind tweets. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch my simple little show. I really do this because I just love watching professional wrestling, whether it be TNA or WWE, or if it's ROH or Mexican wrestling. It doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. I love talking wrestling. I'll talk to you guys real soon. See you next week. Hopefully my interview with that special guest works out. Wish me luck, guys. I'll see you.